Perfect. We are on and popping. Let's go. What day is it? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am so excited and so tuned in right now because this last week has been a week where I have just been going through transformation after transformation, activation after activation, and I can't not sit in this energy and not share it with you. You know what I'm saying? It feels like something that needs to be shared. It feels like something that will help you and inspire you to, one, keep going in your healing journey, but two, to stay just committed, locked in, and be able to get those results that you're actually looking for. So a lot of you who come to my page are mystified by the Reiki that I'm always doing. And Reiki is such a divine mission for me, and it's such a good source of energy flow for me that, of course, it's one of those things that I'm always going to want to share with you guys. And I love the community that we've been able to build. I love the energy of this community who's always just ready to relax, ready to tap back into who they truly are, ready to navigate their inner being even more and understand how to really strengthen their intuition and tap into their ability to protect their own energy as well. And so for today, I really want to focus in on beyond balance. Now, beyond balance to me, I'm not sure what it means to you, but to me, beyond balance means that we are going into a more balanced state within ourselves energetically. But what happens after that? What happens beyond that? Because a lot of us are still striving for a certain end goal or a certain outcome. We're still striving for that perfect life, that dream reality. We're striving for that manifestation. And it gets to a point where we feel like we keep going and going and going, and nothing's really getting any easier. Nothing's really coming to a point where we're like, I'm satisfied. I can sit in it. I'm living my life fully. I'm living my life freely. I feel like I have so much fulfillment. I feel like I have so much purpose. A lot of you who are drawn to me feel like you're lacking that and feeling like you're having to do all these different things in order to get to that end goal, instead of just realizing and recognizing that it can happen right now if you just remember to balance your energy and come back home into yourself. So for this live stream, through the way that I'm talking, through the energy healing that we're going to get to in a bit of time, I still have so much more to say and share with you and communicate with you before we even get into the activations through Reiki. But what we're really activating today is that awareness within you that knows that you can tap back into a state of balance by just allowing your energy to be there, feeling that energy. If it's been hard for you to feel that energy of balance, we're going to help you get there today. But also through understanding different energetic management techniques that can help you get there as well. Because I always say that you have to heal from the inside out and from the outside in. And when we have specific tools that are in our toolkit for us to use in order to live a life that feels more in harmony with everything and who we are destined to be, who we are fated to be, when we have those tools, it's best to use them so it doesn't really feel like we are having to do so much by ourselves and feeling like we're just yearning and kind of straining to get into a place of balance, because you cannot strain your way or effort your way into having peace, harmony, and balance. But you can have the right tools that are designed specifically to bring more peace, harmony, and balance into your energetic body on different levels using different kinds of elements. And so that's exactly what goes down in depth when we are talking about the Beyond Balance. So Beyond Balance is a program that I have designed for you guys, specifically for those of you guys who find yourselves in a professional field. You're a leader in your field, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're an owner of your business, maybe you even just work a 9-to-5, but you manage a team, or you're just super passionate about all the projects that you have, but you're getting burnt out and you're getting that feeling of that stress just keep on piling and piling and piling on, where it feels like a fortress that's surrounding you more so than it actually feels like you are, you're living in your purpose because you like your career, but at the same time, your energy is just not being able to take you all the way there. And every single day of work, you're feeling like you're just even more and more and more burdened, more and more and more heavy, more and more and more dense. So this program is great for those of you guys who are in that kind of field where you're I really want to be the best leader in my field. I really am so passionate about what I do, but energetically, I just cannot keep up with it. I no longer have the stamina. It's you're plagued with chronic fatigue and you're plagued with anxiety and stress and overwhelm, and you just don't really know how to shake it off. And so what happens is when you get to that point and you don't know exactly exactly what tool to go to or what kind of practice to implement into your daily life so that you can feel that kind of lasting relief, what happens is we tend to distract ourselves a lot. We tend to distract ourselves with social media, the news, TV, like anything else but actually tuning back into ourselves. And not only that, we just get into a place where we get more comfortable living in our discomfort. It's just kind of like, well, yeah, I have this one like pain in the back of my neck or in my shoulder and it keeps hurting, and like the more stressed I get emotionally, I feel it even more in my shoulder. That is a telltale sign that you need some sort of energetic management techniques or some sort of energy healing to be able to get you back into a state where you're like, I feel free again, like I can move, I'm flowing, like I don't feel like hardened, I don't feel like I have these layers and layers and layers of negativity that I just don't know how to break free from. Beyond balance is what is going to get you to a point where you are feeling like you're breaking free. And not only that, you're having lasting relief so that you can build that stamina to keep going in that work that you're doing, in the career field that you're in the industry that you're in, without having to feel like, there's just so much that keeps piling on, and all you have to do is distract yourself or numb it with some sort of substances, or continue to lash out with your clients, lash out with your employees, lash out with your coworkers, lash out with your family and your loved ones. Like that's the worst. Like how many times, and put this in the chat, how many times have you felt so completely overwhelmed with everything that was going on in your head, everything that was going on emotionally, everything that was going on physically, if you're experiencing physical pain, and then you take that and project it onto other people around you, and you take that and now you're lashing out at people, and maybe you're not as kind as you usually are, and you just find yourself getting more frustrated easily, more agitated. Like it's so hard to make decisions and take aligned action and inspired action from a state of being where you're just like this the whole entire time, where every single thing that can trigger you does trigger you. Every single thing that other people do is now like a landmine, and you never really know what is going to make you explode next, but you just feel like you're bursting at the seams. We want to move away from that. We want to move away from that being your comfort zone, because the more that you're comfortable in that kind of dynamic, the more that you're actually manifesting it in your day-to-day life. And not only are you just manifesting it for yourself, that is your like energetic blueprint or like imprint now, where you are allowing that to be projected onto others and it's influencing others. Like how many times have we had someone in our life that came to us and like they were like all happy, and then we were in a mood and we were in the funk, and we just like slowly see their happiness like start to dissolve because we are the ones who are influencing them. And so if you are a leader in your field, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're someone who takes a lot of passion and care into what you do, whatever project it is that you do, and you want to really influence people in a positive way, and you want to magnetize the right kind of people in your world, you want to magnetize the right kinds of relationships in your world, it's so important that that magnetic pull that you have is a positive one, is one that's coming from a place that's full of peace, harmony, and balance, that you are centered, that you are grounded, that you are feeling true to yourself, and you're feeling authentic in the way that you are showing up every single day for yourself, showing up every single day for your family, showing up every single day for your clients. It's so, so important that you recognize, okay, you know what? How am I actually impacting and influencing my core community right now? Am I recognizing within myself that I'm always yearning for something? I'm always feeling like all my goals are outside of me. I'm always feeling that like no matter how hard I try, I'm just not there yet. Or maybe I did get to that goal that I was looking for and I finally broke through that monthly goal, but like I'm so freaking tired that I don't even want to like try to strive for more. I don't even want to try to like do anything anymore. Now it's just becoming a state of being where I got to where I wanted to get in the physical reality, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I'm so far tapped out that if I get one more client, I might just scream. Or like I'm so tapped out that if I get one more invitation to a birthday party, I'll freaking lose it. Like it shouldn't have to be like that. And so if this is a reminder for you, like let this be a reminder for you. Let this be something where you're recognizing what your energy is doing on a daily basis and ask yourself, what can I do to improve upon this? But not look at it as another responsibility, not look at it as another chore. I feel like so many people in this community who are looking to heal and really feel free and really feel alive in their own bodies, in their own souls. I feel like a lot of you are on this path where you're like, oh, like healing myself is just like another productivity thing. It's like another thing I have to check off my box. And it's like self-care. Oh yeah, I have to remember to do self-care. And it shouldn't be that way, right? It should be something that you're excited about. It should be more of a lifestyle. It should be something that you feel is like proper in your life, where you're like, okay, I'm coming back home. I'm recentering. I'm coming back into a place of my own personal power. I'm not allowing my external distractions to really take my attention away from me, where it is that I'm going, and who it is that I'm really trying to be. What kind of impact am I trying to make on this world? It's so important that we take those moments to really click back in, and then have the added like assurance that you know exactly what to do when your energy is out of whack. Because I could sit here and say all day long, yes, it's so great to have a peaceful, harmonious, and balanced life, but if you're someone who has not experienced that for a really long time, or maybe you have experienced little moments of it, but you're not really sure how to maintain that over a longer period of time, where you have like these really high highs and like these really low lows, that can seem a bit annoying, like for me to be like peace, harmony, and balance, peace, harmony, and balance. But it is something that you do little by little, and you become more consistent in it. And I tell my mentorship clients this all the time. The more that you are consistent in your self-healing journey, but doing so in a way that feels very fun, that feels very freeing, that feels like you're coming back home to yourself and you feel truly nurtured from your own self, the more that you are consistent in doing that, the more momentum that you build, and the more momentum that you build, it gets easier. And so something, again, that I also tell my clients is that when you imagine your self-healing journey, you can imagine it as this metaphor, if this helps you out. When you are jumping on a trampoline and you first start to like you just land on it and you haven't been moving and you want to start jumping, that first jump, you're not going to get very far at all. Like, you're needing that first jump to build that momentum, right? The momentum. And the more consistent that you're doing that, and you're jumping and you're jumping and you're jumping, you get higher and higher and higher. And it's much easier to get higher. If I told you that I wanted you to get on a trampoline and just like jump 10 feet on your very first try, you'd be like, okay, that's kind of a ridiculous ask, you know? And it is. But if you already got like 5-10 jumps in, and I ask you to do 10 feet, you'd be like, 10 feet? Like, give me 5 more jumps of this, of repetition, and I can hit 15, I can hit 20, like I can hit 30. It's so much easier. And then you recognize like, oh, I can bend my knees a little bit more, I can shoot my hands up into the sky. You come up with all of these different ways that can make it easier for you while you've built that momentum. But for so many of you, because you don't have a comprehensive self-healing game plan, because you don't really understand what your energy feels like, and you're still attracting everyone else's energy into your being and absorbing everyone else's BS and negativity, because you don't know exactly what to do yet, it feels like a chore. And it feels like every single time that you try to self-heal yourself, or you try to partake in some sort of self-care, it becomes something that you're starting from ground zero time and time and time and time and time again. And it doesn't have to be that way. It could be something that you kind of, work on little by little. And just like when you're rollerblading too, like that very first push, you're not going to roll very far, but you need to have a little bit of a kickstart, right? You need to have a little bit of a push, and then you start to glide, and then you get more momentum, and then you start to actually feel like you're flying and you feel like you're free. And then from there, what's great about building that kind of momentum, and this works for anything in your life, you guys, not just self-healing. This works for when you're wanting to work out. This works for when you're wanting to become better in your business. This works for when you're wanting to have a healthier diet. But the more momentum that you have, you actually get to a point where then you start to cruise. And when you start to cruise, that's when you're like, okay, this is what we were doing this for to begin with. This is exactly the kind of energy that I wanted, where I feel so completely liberated. I feel like I'm in my power. I feel like I don't have to try so hard. When you're in your self-healing journey and you feel like you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, and you're researching all this information, you're listening to all the podcasts, you're following all the people on social media, and you are like, just meditate every day and journal every day and go on my healthy fitness walk every day, it becomes something that like is so far from you actually feeling that kind of peace, harmony, and balance within yourself. So allow yourself this time right now, as we're here sitting in this activation. If you guys are feeling it, please let me know in the chat. I know that you guys are commenting, and I'm not reading it right now like for a purpose, because I'm just like so in the zone. But If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, definitely write that in the chat and let me know. But the way that we are using this live stream today is to activate you. If you weren't here at the beginning and you just tuned in right now, this is to help activate you, to remember who it is that you actually are. Remember what it is to actually have inner peace, balance, and harmony. And something that I actually went over in my live stream, I do live streams in my free and paid communities every single Monday. Legit, every single Monday. I'm on, activated, and I'm here giving you like these juicy details to inspire you to have a healing journey that feels a lot better for you than just striving and working like so hard towards something and having it be like another goal that it just seems like it's out of your reach. So over on the Inner Harmony paid membership community that I have, on Monday, I was talking about defining inner peace and really defining what it even means for you, because there have been so many like belief systems and like different, people putting onto you and like putting in your mind what peace should be, like even non-directly or indirectly. Like you'll see someone who's on social media and you're like, wow, they're definitely living the life, like they're on that entrepreneurial journey and like they've got it all covered and like they're so freaking peaceful and it has to look like this. But why are we comparing what their own peace is for their own human experience and what your own peace should be for your own human experience? Because if you actually realized what your inner peace was for you, what it meant for you, what it looked like for you, defined by you, you would recognize that you can actually tap into that kind of energy at a moment's notice. Literally a moment's notice. Now, maintaining it is a different thing. Right? Maintaining it is a different thing. And that's exactly why we have something like Beyond Balance, to help you have longer lasting results in that process, because you have the tools to recognize, to be aware, to get familiar with what your own energy is. And if you're out of balance, what to then do easily, breezily within that moment, within that day, to shift you back into a state of balance. But what does that actually look like for you? What does inner peace look like for you? What does being balanced mean for you? And especially for those of you guys who are the busy professionals. So much of you guys just wake up every single day and you're like, all right, I have to serve. All right, I have to nurture my community. All right, I have to do this. All right, I got to do that. I have to respond to this email, la 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 la. And a lot of it is prioritizing other people's needs on top of your own, right? Or over your own, instead of your own. And I want you to get into a mindset of, I would better serve my community. I would better serve my people. I would better serve my loved ones if I prioritize my own energy first, right? If I prioritize my own energy first, if I tapped into my own innate sense of inner peace first, if I allowed myself to center myself, ground myself back into a state of balance first, how much more like different would I be as an entrepreneur, as a leader in my field, as a CEO, a she-EO even? How better would I lead my family as a stay-at-home mom? How better would I lead my students as a teacher? Once you get into centering yourself, discovering what that inner peace looks like for you, getting into a state of pure balance within your energetic centers, because you understand when an energy center is out of balance and that every single energy center is a system within itself. So if there's one energy block, there's probably something else that's kind of getting messed up in the system. And once you're able to recognize that, identify that, and then alchemize that, transmute that energy, heal that energy, bring that energy back into balance with the rest of the system, before you then take on the responsibilities of the day, I promise you your whole entire life will change. And I know that what a lot of you guys want is, honestly, it's like the same. As human beings, we really like fundamentally just want the same kinds of things. We want to live a life that's full of freedom, full of choices. We want to live a life where things are coming to us as blessings and we can easily receive them because we know what they are, why they're here. We want to be able to navigate challenges in a fun way where it doesn't like put us down on our ass and it doesn't make us want to give up, but it expands us, it grows us, it evolves us. You want to play this game of life in a way that actually feels true to who you are, not just what everyone else is programming you to believe, right? Not just what your ego is leading you to do based off of your past fears, your past failures, and your self-doubt and your worry, right? So many of us are in this state and chronically in this state of feeling like we're not good enough, or we can't expand to that one level, or we can't get this manifestation because it hasn't happened for us in freaking 10 years and we've been working for it, forever now. So much of us are stuck in that kind of frame of thinking. And let me tell you, it's not just mindset. It's not just mindset. In my communities, so there is a free community that I have over on Instagram. And if you're not a part of it and you want to be a part of one of my free communities, I have a free community on Instagram. You can go right up here to my face and then click Instagram and then go to my profile. It says energetically evolve. I show up there almost every single day, just dropping little clues, dropping little hints, dropping little codes to help you evolve energetically back into the person that you came into this life to actually be. And so in that community, I was talking about, oh my gosh, I'm losing track because I'm like feeling so high vibe right now. In that community, I was talking about always feeling like things are outside of you and not allowing yourself to really see the truth of reality, and also allowing yourself to see that truth beyond a mental capacity. So much of our life, I feel that we are stuck in our head. And so then what do? You go find a mindset coach, right? Well, if our thoughts create our reality and, our beliefs create our reality, then I have to like work on mindset, like every single day, all the time, like blah, 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 blah. I have to not, listen to this thought. I have to create a more positive thought and I have to live on that timeline and blah, blah, blah. And do you see how even that is getting a little bit messed up energetically within you? Because we cannot focus on just one of those aspects of our energetic body. We have to understand every aspect of our energetic body. And so every single time you're tuning into me and my teachings, I'm always letting you know that that energetic body of yours, that mystical, mysterious, non-tangible thing that we always like talk about as energy healers, when we're energy healing you, what do you think that we're tapping into? That energetic body, that's broken down into 4 different parts. I like to at least break it down into 4 different parts. To the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. Do you hear that I didn't say it was the mental body, the mental body, the mental body, the mental body? But so much of you are, or so many of you are thinking like, oh, I have to think my way into a better reality. I have to think my way into a better reality. Well, you can act your way and you can physically take some action. That's part of it. You can feel your way and allow your emotions to navigate you towards what it is that you actually desire rather than what your fears are, right? You can mentally, yes, part of it is mental, allow yourself to believe in a new identity so that you can break past this old version of yourself and allow yourself to acclimate and embody a newer version of yourself that is more aligned to what it is that you're actually searching for or seeking. But I would still throw those words away. No longer are we searching, no longer are we seeking. Because when you break past that mind bubble, that like just thought area, you break past that and you go up and you elevate, you energetically evolve into more of a spiritual state, more of an energetic state, right? And that's where a lot of the fun is. That's where a lot of the fun is. But do you also see that I didn't just say everything is energy? And I mean, everything is energy, but I didn't say that in order for you to find balance and inner peace in your life, it has to just be spiritual. It just has to be energetic. It takes all of those 4 components. It takes all of those 4 components. And so when you recognize, wow, I've actually been losing my sense of touch and reality because I've been way too far into my spiritual side, or I've been really not grounded in like who I am emotionally, and I haven't even been processing and filtering these emotions because I'm so stuck in my mental body, or all I am is a bundle of emotions, and every single day is a new spiral, is a new mood swing, is a new trigger point for me. Or maybe the opposite, I'm completely numb, I haven't felt emotions in a really long time. Right? Too much of the emotional body. And for the physical body, now we are completely disregarding our thoughts, right? If we're too far into that physical body, we're disregarding our thoughts and beliefs. They're unchecked. Our emotions, untapped, unfiltered, unprocessed. They're unknown to us, right? And that spiritual body, complete disconnect. You're never truly untethered from that energy, but disconnect. You'll feel disconnected from a true sense of fulfillment and a true sense of purpose, a true sense of actually being, because you're so far invested in that physical world, too far invested. You need all 4 components. And with that common understanding, with that foundation, I really wish that more people taught this. But to be honest, I haven't found that many courses or podcasts that really dive into this in the way that I channel it, in the way that I teach it. I'm sure that there may be some, but I feel that I was activated and put into this world to be able to relay this kind of message to you, to ears that would actually understand it and digest it and know exactly like, wow, I get it. I get it. I've been lost and I've been confused and I've been trying so hard on my healing journey that it just feels like I should just give up because nothing's really changing, nothing's really happening. And now hearing you speak, I'm at a point where it's like, oh, things are just making more sense and I get it. And now I'm going to tap more into my emotional body because that's the one that was the outlier. That was the one that was out of balance. Or I need to tap more into my spiritual body because I've just been like trugging along and I've just been, so focused on my career, so focused on what my goals are, so focused on achieving things and so focused on accomplishment that when I do get that reward, when I do get the acknowledgement, when it is time to celebrate, I don't feel like celebrating anything because I don't feel like I actually received that kind of energy that I was looking for in that outcome, at that end goal, right? It's all about the balance. It's all about recognizing when one of those energetic bodies has too much energy or too little energy. We're spending way too much time in one world other than, balancing them all. It's identifying when we have energetic blockages in our chakra system. So we always talk about in westernized, right? Spirituality, we always talk about the 7 energy centers. Those are extremely important. Do you know what they are? Do you know what they do for you? Do you know what happens to you and how it affects you and impacts you when one or more of them are out of balance? Can you tell when one of them is overactive, underactive, or blocked? Do you know what it feels like to have energy centers be in balance? And if they are underactive, overactive, or blocked, what do I actually do on a tangible, practical way? What are the physical steps that I can do to get those into a state where they are more in balance, where I feel more healthy, where I feel more revitalized? Yes, you can push through these different breakthroughs and levels of success when it comes into your career, when it comes to how you're leading your family. But if you're not actively feeling energetically lively and free and connected and like you're actually living in your own purpose, you're actually feeling that fulfillment that you know that you were born here to feel and experience, that joy, that creation, that bliss, that happiness. If you don't know what that feels like in the midst of you doing all those things that you're trying to work so hard for, you will lose yourself over and over and over and over and over again. And this is exactly why I'm in the field that I'm in, to remind you that it doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way, okay? You can get beyond balance. You can get beyond balance. So I'm going to answer some questions here for those of you guys who have any questions for me. But for those of you guys who have just kind of tapped in, tuned in, and you're like, okay, we're doing an activation, but what is it exactly about? It's about allowing yourself to get into a state of balance energetically within your whole entire well-being in a very holistic way, energy healing yourself, allowing yourself to get the energetic management techniques that you need in your toolkit to maintain longer lasting healing results on your journey, where it goes past just journaling, it goes past just meditation, but we actually get into the energetics of it all, we get into the mechanics of it all. Right? It's a 4-week process. It's a 4-week program. It's self-paced, but do these practices every single week. Build upon it every single week. Reflect on your energy every single day in those weeks. And allow yourself to come back home to yourself, get back into a centered space, get back into a grounded space, and feel better. Feel like you're getting the energy that you need and the stamina you need and the vitality that you need to keep going in your endeavors, whatever your endeavors actually are. Okay? If you are ready for this, because it's not for everyone, I'll let you know that. I do believe that everyone should have access to this, but it's not for everyone. I find that the most people who get the benefits from this kind of program and from these kinds of tools are those who are already on a spiritual or healing journey, who have been trying so much and still haven't had the long-lasting results that they've been wanting. Or maybe every single time that they go listen to a podcast or get some mentorship or go somewhere else and they feel like they just, everything is just strictly meditation. Everything is just strictly doing yoga. Everything is just strictly, just one thing. And you're just like, oh, well, it's not really sticking. It's not really hitting. Maybe it's because no one was able yet to allow you to understand the mechanics of every single one of your energetic bodies, not just focusing on mental mind shifting perspective shifts or beliefs, not just focusing on getting woo woo and just like tapping into a different reality where you're like this cosmic alien. And it just, sometimes it requires everything. It requires everything, not just the emotional standpoint where you're just like allowing yourself to filter your emotions through and revisiting these traumas and like bringing them up again and then doing the shadow work that needs to be done. Yes, shadow work is a part of the process. Yes, meditation is a part of the process. Yes, allowing yourself to connect to a different version of you who's on the spirit realm is a part of the process. But what's also a part of the process is just tapping more in to what your energy is right now, being able to do that energetic assessment every single day, and then calmly, from a place of deep understanding and deep knowing, take whatever tools or elements it is that you need and implement them into your day and feel good, feel better, and then have that be maintained to where you're not just like in a meditation, you're feeling good for 10 minutes, coming back into reality, and you're just like, all right, well, I felt good for those 10 minutes. Maybe I felt good for 5 minutes more, but then this one thing happened and now I'm pissed off again, right? How is that lasting healing? It's not, right? So Beyond Balance is completely focused on that lasting healing, all right? And it's only 4 weeks. It's only 4 weeks of knowledge. This is like one of the more, I don't even want to say like beginner, because I wouldn't say that this is exactly for the beginner on their healing journey, but this is definitely for someone who's ready to step into more knowledge of getting into exactly what it means to live in balance and in peace without feeling like you're having to strive so much. So it's kind of like a different approach to all of this, but I wouldn't say that this is my most advanced program either. This is definitely for that person who's kind of in the middle, who feels like you've tried everything, but nothing's really been sticking for you. This is going to be great for you. And again, I want to emphasize that a lot of the times that people find a lot of success in this specific program, they are the busy professionals. They're ambitious and passionate in their field. They're leaders, they're CEOs, they're people who are business owners. They're people who already know how to take the reins on their life and then take some action and do something about it. Okay, so I'm going to read some of these comments. All of the pricing information that I have for you guys is going to be at the link in my bio so that you guys can see it, so I don't have to repeat it over and over and over again. But for anyone who decides to join during this live stream, we still have a whole entire half of this live stream where I'm actually going to be activating you with some Reiki healing energy. But for anyone who decides to hop into this program using the link in my bio, or if you DM me Beyond Balance, by the time that this ends, you will get a free energetic reading from me. So it makes it easier for you to understand exactly what kind of chakras are in balance, out of balance, still needing work, need your attention the most. That way, when you're going through the program, you're like, all right, well, Mystique read me, read me to filth, read my energy, and was able to assess that my crown, my third eye, and my throat, they're all blocked. And so I know that when I get to that point in this program to really like do some work here and really sit with my energies here and get those into a state of balance. But I know that other things come before I get to do those parts. So let me go ahead and make sure I'm implementing these parts. But in order to take a lot of the guesswork away from you and to unburden you from some of the weight of tapping into a new program, not really knowing exactly what to expect, feeling excited, but also feeling nervous, like, is this really going to work this time? I'm going to tap into your energy for free and do a whole entire energetic assessment for you to see where exactly you're not in balance and what needs to come back into harmony and alignment with the whole entire energetic system. So it's just easier for you. But that's only available for those of you guys if you sign in and enroll to this program Beyond Balance within the time frame of this live stream, or you DM me within the time of this live stream, and then later I see you enroll, then you'll still be locked in because I have you. If we get off of this live stream and an hour goes by and you're like, hey, I want to do Beyond Balance, but can I still get the energetic reading? No. I am all about people who are like, you know what, I'm locked in. I get it. And if you have any questions, if you have any objections, if you have any, wait, but I just don't know if I'm the right fit for it yet, that's when you just DM me. DM me right now and be like, okay, I have some questions. I want to watch the live stream though. I'll catch you after the live stream. That's totally fine. You can DM me here. You can DM me over on Instagram and we can do voice chats. That's why I like DMing on Instagram. Or if you're just all set, ready to go, you can watch a little promo video that I have at the top of the screen when you click on Beyond Balance in the link in my bio and say, okay, yeah, you answered all my questions in this promo video. I totally got you for it, okay? This is something that when people tap into this kind of frequency that's in this program, the experience shifts the very first day that they watch the first module, that they go through the first practice. Okay. And what's great about this program is that it also does infuse Reiki energy. So for those of you guys who know me because of that Reiki energy, you know me because you're like, oh my gosh, you help me fall asleep every single night. Like, I need you in my life. I need more of that Reiki, but you need longer lasting healing videos, more than 60 seconds on TikTok. I have one for every single one of the energetic bodies that you get to experience after you go through all of the practices. So after you get a practice, after you get those practices the first week, then you're like, okay, now I have Reiki as a reward. Now I can tap into this. And this is a process in which, even though it's not that I'm like live with you every single day and hopping on a Zoom call with you every single day, it's a little bit more lax than that. I have programs like that if you want. It's more, lax. You can kind of do it at your own time, at your own pace. I do still check in with you because I don't want this to be something that I make accessible to people who feel that they need it and then they actually don't put in the work and they don't get the results that they're looking for. Because that happens so many times when you feel like, oh, I'm ready for something. I'm tapped in. I want to jump into this. And then you do, and you're like, oh, but I actually wasn't really serious about it. Like, I was just kind of getting like high off the vibes and I was feeling the activation, but I didn't actually want to see any real results for myself. This is not the program for you then, because I check in on you. I do hold you accountable. I do make sure that you are succeeding in the ways that you're wanting to succeed. And so if you are like, okay, I can tell, Melody, Mystique Awakening, you are so serious about the people who you let in here. You're so serious about making sure that these tools and these techniques and these activations and this Reiki healing energy gets to the right people in the right hands. I want to make sure that I am one of those right people. Then that's when you can go ahead and DM me. But let's go ahead and answer some of these questions. Jessica Finch, hello. I've actually already talked to you about this before. I'm totally wanting to take this class. Absolutely. If you get in during this live stream, you get a free gift that I have not been giving anyone else. It's literally only a free gift that is in this live stream. I'm trying for my Reiki 3 master. I'm on this journey. You are literally explaining me. LOL. Love that. So you are an entrepreneur. You are someone who is educating yourself even more, trying to be the best that you can be. But even as a healer, we still need healing, right? I know that I am, a very powerful healer. That's, to toot my own horn, whatever. I know that I'm very powerful because of the way that you guys react and respond to me, right? Not because I'm like a self-prophesized whatever. It's because I can see the energetic shifts that are happening within all of you, and then you guys report them back to me. So I know that I'm strong in my ability to heal. I still go for healing sessions. I still go to practitioners. I still go to class every single Sunday and work on my different healing modalities and get that peace, bliss, and harmony from a treatment as well. So if you are even an entrepreneur who is in the healing journey, right? You're giving healing to other people, but you're still wanting that healing journey for yourself, then this is absolutely the best program for you, because I do feel that a lot of the people who are called to be healers tune into me. I feel like we have some sort of connection that's just like super ethereal and super like beyond that. You guys always like tap in and tune into me. It's because I get it. I have been in your shoes probably, or in a similar boat as you in some sort of ways, or have been in a similar boat. So I totally get it for those of you guys who feel very connected to me, who are also on a spiritual healing journey as your career. Okay, great. I love you. Thank you so much for using your platform as a source to help people. Absolutely, Kiki. So glad that you're here. Let's see. CEO, love this, using this. I definitely did not make that up. I've definitely heard that for years, but if you want to coin it, you can absolutely coin it. Trampoline, I know. Okay, got it. Let's see. So much helpful info. Great. Does anyone have any questions? Let's see. Let me go back down, all the way down here. Okay, great. So we don't have any questions so far. If you guys want to ask me questions about this in the DMs, definitely make sure that you're doing so within the live stream. But we're going to go ahead and transition now into a Reiki activation. So we had our verbal activation using the throat, and now we're going to use our hands. I'm going to tap into my Reiki energy. And I want you guys to really just get seated and centered into your own energetic being. I want you to close your eyes for a moment here. I want you to tap into every single cell of your body. I want you to relax all the muscles of the face, relax all the muscles of your shoulders, your torso, chest, waist, hips, your thighs, your knees, calves, feet, your arms, shoulders, fingertips, elbows. Relax all of those muscles. I want you to take your shoulders and roll them up, back, and down so that they're sitting in their sockets very nicely, very comfortably. You're puffing your chest out a little bit, being in the receiving mode, having your heart center be the one that is leading the way. And then I want you to separate your teeth to unclench your jaw, put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and really begin to assess your energy. Feel your energy. What does it feel like on a physical level? Maybe a little achy, maybe a little sore. Maybe you're feeling the stress and overwhelm in your back, your neck, your shoulders. Then tap into your emotional body. What is your emotional body trying to say to you right now? Are there any messages coming up? Do you feel those emotions coming up to the surface, wanting to be seen, heard, and felt by you? Tap into your mental body. Are you connected to that thought process that is of spirit, is of your true and most authentic self? Or are you connected to beliefs and thought forms of ego, of separation, of lack, of judgment, of fear? Where are you mentally? Is your head overwhelmed with anxiety? Or is it kind of calm? Is it calming down? And then tap into your spiritual body. And this one I find that people think that they're tapping in, but it's more than just thinking it, even feeling it. It's about embodying it. It's about letting it envelop you, sitting back into it, coming back into a place of your true divine spirit. Letting that momentum within you build and grow. Activating you from head to toe. Allowing you to feel free, powerful, purposeful, fulfilled. Taking a few more breaths here, in through the nose, down to the belly, out through the mouth, in through the nose, down to the belly, out through the mouth. Into the nose, down to the belly, and out through the mouth. Good, you can keep your eyes closed or open them, whichever feels more comfortable to you. Take your hands and place them on your heart space or on your lap with your palms faced up. Keep breathing at your own pace, allowing that beautiful flow of energy to come into every aspect of your being. Allowing yourself to find your own center in peace, harmony, and balance. Breaking free from any resistance, breaking free from any egoic thoughts or unconscious behavior. Allowing yourself to access those hidden aspects of you who are here or that are here, to influence you positively, to keep you moving forward with your head held high, to allow you to respond and react to life in a peaceful, calm, and positive way. If emotions are surfacing up, allow yourself to feel them fully and completely. Give yourself permission to feel alive. Giving yourself permission to fully relax from your day so far, your week so far, your month so far. Give yourself the time to prioritize yourself, prioritize your needs, prioritize your energy, prioritize your time before tapping back into your workday, before tapping into your projects, before you feel the demands of your responsibilities. Give yourself permission to connect back into a state of peace, harmony, balance, and sit in that energy that you've created. Sit in that energy that you are allowing yourself to live in, to embody. Tap out of the mind. Tap out of the overthinking process, that hamster wheel. Tap out of the energy of effort and striving and yearning and trying. Good things come to those who relax. Give yourself that time and permission to do so now. We are going to remove any impurities in your protective field that are keeping you in a state of lack, that are keeping you in a state of heaviness or fatigue. Removing any energies that are keeping you from accessing your own divine sense of peace. Removing any negativity that has been thrown your way. Removing anything that has been holding you back. any form of resistance that is just an illusion on your path. Removing your sense of doubt, your sense of worry, your sense of anger and frustration from trying so hard to get that thing that you want and it's still not here yet. Allowing you to remember exactly who you are and that you are everything and everyone and everything and everyone is you. You are the source, you are the light, you are the power. Everything that you're striving for is just within your reach because it is already inside of you. Separation is the illusion. Lack is the ego. Doubt is the unconscious programming that does not serve us. Allow yourself to reawaken to the you that you know you are, without all of the mind chatter, without all of the belief systems, without all of the judgment, the criticism. Reawaken to your own spirit. Feel that energy permeate throughout every single cell of your being. Allow it to recode your DNA. Allow it to activate you into all of what you are, all of expansion, all of creation, all of the blessings. Allow this energy to shine within you and throughout you and outside of you so that your influence, your impact in this world is a positive ripple effect. Create the momentum that you wish to see in this world. Release the how of it all. How do I get there? How do I reach this level? How do I sign on that one client? How do I do this properly? Release the how. That's a mental game. We're not playing in the mental game right now. We're playing in the energetic field. We're playing where everything is possible. We're playing where everything is you, and whatever it is that you desire or resonate with, that is the divine truth. This is where we play. This is where we create. This is where we embody from. So do not forget that. Allow yourself to bask in this energy. Have it seep out of every single pore of your being. Allow your own spirit to be the aroma that encompasses you and attracts every single thing that it is that you know that you are here to experience into your physical reality. That's how we bring the non-physical to the physical. That's how we bring heaven onto earth. Take this moment to recognize where your time, your energy, and attention has been that is no longer serving you. Your time, your energy, and your attention are all non-renewable resources. Use them wisely. Use them to reawaken and connect back to your own true and authentic self, time and time and time again. Allow yourself to tap into your own flow state, where all you have to do is exist. There is no try, there is just do. Where you are in synchrony and in harmony with everything that you are resonating with, everything that you are desiring, everything that you know that you are here to experience. There is a reason you are here. Are you living in that embodiment? Or are you chasing? Are you fixated? Are you struggling? Are you quitting? Are you giving up? Are you frustrated? Are you stressed, anxious, fatigued? Allow yourself to tap back in to your own flow. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. I can tell that some of you guys are already starting to feel a little lightheaded, a little high up in the clouds. That's great. Keep breathing, keep this energy going. Allow that energy to trickle down into every facet of your being, every facet of your physical, emotional, mental being. This is the spiritual body. We are talking to the spiritual body. We are connecting to the spiritual body. We are embodying. Take the time to sit still with that version of you who's been running around currently, stressy and messy. Tap into that version of you who is striving so hard in their career, striving so hard to have recognition or acknowledgement. Tap into that version that you have been being when it comes to your industry, when it comes to you being a leader, when it comes to you being the guardian of the house. What feels out of alignment with who you have been being and what it is that you are feeling right now in this session? For any of you who would like to share your response, do so in the comments. Know that wherever it is that you are in this journey, you are never alone, truly. It may feel that you are alone, but you really never are. There's someone here that can resonate with you, resonate with your story, who has a similar place of unalignment within themselves. Someone who's also striving towards that next monthly income goal, someone who is striving towards being a better parent, someone who's striving to be a better leader in their field in general. So how does the person you have been being, the energies that you have been embodying, how does that differ from the divine energy that you are currently resonating at now? What will you do to take this energy outside of the session, outside of this treatment? What will you do to maintain it? What can you do to maintain it if you don't know how? That's where Beyond Balance comes into the picture, where you can gain every tool, every resource that you need to understand every aspect of your energetic system and bring yourself back into a calm existence, a peaceful existence, an existence where you feel that you don't have to strive and try so hard, but everything that is positive comes to you like a magnet, comes to you like it was trying to search for you. What are you fixated on that you could bring a lot more awareness into? The problems that are in your life, what are they actually representations of? What attachments are you recognizing that you have in this moment? And what are you doing to break free from those attachments, breaking free from those outcomes? Allowing yourself to remember that whatever it is that you are meant to experience wants to experience you just the same, just the same. What area of your life have you been spending way too much time, energy, and attention on? Is it your physical world? Is that something that you get lost in, where it's hard to connect to your own sense of power, to your own sense of divine wisdom? Are you too far into your emotional world? or you can't really seem to feel grounded. You don't really seem to feel calm, collected. Everything can just blow you over. Everything can just ruin your whole day. Is that where you're at? Too far into that emotional world. And breathe it out. Breathe out that awareness. It gets easier, it gets lighter from here, I promise. I promise you. Are you too far into your mental world where it's all overthinking and belief systems and old programming and subconscious setbacks and predicting the worst, expecting the worst? Are you stuck in the how? How do I do this? How can I receive this? How can I make this my reality? Are you stuck in that hamster wheel of your mental world? And it is possible. Are you too far into your spiritual world where everything feels a little bit too much like a dream? Everything's a little hazy. We're dissociating a lot. We're not really tapping into reality. We wish we were somewhere else, a home away from home. We escape a lot, a lot, a lot. All we want to do is sleep and dream because it's better there than it is here. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. You may just be a little bit too far into that spiritual world. Do we have a combination? Too much in the physical, too much in the mental. Challenges are so hard to overcome. We can never really make the right decision. We second guess so much. We make a decision and then we regret it and we go back, oof. Are we too much in the spiritual and emotional world where we have all these desires, all these things that we see and we're like, oh, I'm so inspired. Great, can't wait to have it one day. But I don't know when that one day is because maybe my mind is not there. Maybe I'm not rooted enough into my reality. I'm not actually taking the necessary action that is required to allow myself to experience what it is that I'm dreaming, what it is that I have as a vision. And what can you do to sit back and say, wow, that's where I've been physically, that's where I've been emotionally, that's where I've been mentally, and that's where I've been spiritually, and how can you reel it back? Get back into that state of knowing, get back into that state of understanding, get back into that state of being, of embodying, of existing, and bringing balance into every one of those energetic bodies. If you don't have the tools right now, that's okay. If all you have to bring you back into balance is this live stream, is this healing, I've got you covered. You reach out to me and I'll let you know exactly what needs to go down for you to bring balance into your life. That's why we're here with Beyond Balance. That's exactly the purpose. If you've been striving and struggling and trying to get to a certain point, or maybe you feel like, oh, I have this breakthrough, it's coming for me, I find this next level of success, that energy is so close, I just don't really know, how to get there yet. It just always feels like it's just outside of my reach. There's some more balancing that needs to be had, and we can do that. We can do that. It'll take a couple weeks. It's a process, but when you're consistent, that's exactly what I'm here to help you do on a more practical level. Today I had, it's a beautiful question. It really inspired this live stream, so let's thank this person energetically for commenting on one of my videos, but it was a Reiki video, a recent one, and she was like, I love these videos, but I only feel good when I'm watching them. I need longer lasting relief. I need longer lasting healing. Well, that's exactly why you step into a program. That's exactly why you invest your time, your energy, and your attention, your most precious resources, your most precious non renewable resources in this life. That's why you invest them into a program, into a mentor, into a method, into a practice, into a technique that will get you to that point where you're like, oh my gosh, I was totally asleep to this, and now I'm realizing it. Now everything that was hidden within me, I get to use, and now I feel more powerful. Now everything that was happening within my emotional body that I had no idea I was even reacting to, now that's just, something that I can process better, something that I can get to know about myself better. Now I can move differently in this world. Some of you are just really, really wanting to move differently in this world. And some of you just need the right tools to help you get there. Some of you just need the right tools to help you get there. That's all. And you're right, sometimes it's not just a quick little healing video. It lasts maybe for a little bit, maybe longer. But to maintain that healing, maintain the relief that you're experiencing, yeah, takes some practices, it takes some management, it takes some tools, it takes the right guidance, it takes the right understanding, it takes the right support, right? Don't stand idly by in your healing journey. Be active about it. Be active about your healing journey. Be inspired by your healing journey. Have fun with your healing journey. Don't make it something that's a chore. Don't make it something that you're demanding of yourself. Make it something that you're like, oh, this is exactly why I was born. I was born to heal myself. I was born to understand myself on a deeper level. I was born to balance my energy and remember who I am and reawaken to my own spirit and everything that I am able to create and bring into the physical form from my thoughts, from my vision, from my desires. That is what you are here to do. Do not forget that. Don't get lost. Don't get lost on your way to your dreams, your goals, your accomplishments, and then feel without once you have them. Don't get lost. Stay in that energy. Stay in the energy. Maintain that energy. All right, everybody, breathe it in. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 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 We love it. Share your experiences and what you are feeling in the comments below. Share your experiences in the comments below. And remember that if you are someone who is a busy bee, you're always setting new standards for yourself, new goals for yourself. You're an entrepreneur, you're someone who's a leader in your field. You're someone who's like, yes, I'm taking my life by the reins and I am going exactly where I want to go, but I'm just not feeling energetically there. I just feel drained every single day. I just feel like I need my energy to be protected. I just feel like there's something going on with me mentally and emotionally or spiritually that is just, I'm missing it. I don't get it. There's something that's not clicking, but I am already putting in the work for my own personal development. I'm putting in the work for my self-growth. I just really need the next step beyond balance, okay? Beyond balance. This will be something that I do post on my YouTube. So for those of you who have not seen the full live stream, you can go back and watch it and repeat. Beyond Balance is a 4-week immersive program where we dive into your physical body, emotional body, mental body, and spiritual body so that you can bring more peace, balance, and harmony into every single one of those energetic centers. Okay? You can finally recognize when one of your energy centers is out of whack. when one of your energy centers is underactive, overactive, blocked, what that even means, how it's even impacting you negatively, and how you can, without any other help other than my guidance and my support, how you can, with your own hands, with your own energy, with your own know-how, bring those back into balance. Tap back into your true power and allow yourself to dissolve the chronic fatigue, dissolve the chronic anxiety, dissolve the chronic stress, and step into an existence that feels calm. Step into an existence that feels like you're on your shit, that you have the stamina and the vitality to last with whatever project it is that you have in front of you, with whatever monthly goal it is that you have in front of you, okay? Allow yourself the opportunity to grow in your healing journey in a positive direction where you feel grounded with every single step that you take, because you know it's going to get you somewhere, and somewhere really, really, really good. Okay? So for those of you who are wanting that lasting healing, make sure that you're going to that link in my bio before the live stream ends. Sign up for it. You're going to get a free energy reading where I tap into your energy and I do some of the hard work for you. I see what is going on in your energy system, what needs the most focus, what needs the most attention, what needs the most balance, so that when you go into Beyond Balance and you're getting through these modules, you're like, okay, Mystique told me it was this, I'm going to focus on this. I don't have to second guess myself. I'm taking the guesswork out of it for you, okay? But you have to enroll during this live stream or DM me on Instagram or on TikTok in this live stream right now. You can literally still listen to the live stream if you click on my name and DM me, and I will give you the link so that we can start the process and make sure that it is an aligned fit for you at this time. Kira, how do I get started learning about the chakras? That's exactly what we go over in Beyond Balance, Kira. Listening to this whole studying for my business school finals. Oh, beautiful. Congratulations on studying for business school. I really hope you do well in your finals. If you're needing more help balancing your energy, let me know. I've had such an amazing breakthrough today. Melody, OMG, rewriting my story. Amazing. Love it, Courtney. I'm so happy. I'm always here to listen to any breakthroughs that you have. And so Courtney is on my free community called Aura House, which if you guys are not a part of any one of my free communities, I have 2 free communities plus my socials I consider as my free communities, where you guys can tap in, listen to me on lives every single week, or listen to me on voice memos almost every single day to help heal you and guide you towards inner peace. And so Courtney's in one of them, and she just did the Rewriting Your Life Story replay, and that one is so incredible at allowing yourself to see the narrative that you've been giving yourself for years and what is just not in alignment with you anymore, so that you can move forward and start to embody a different identity that will then allow you to experience all the things that you feel so held back from at this time, because your story, your inner dialogue, your self-talk just did not match that yet. How else did you guys feel? How else did you guys feel? Letting go of rumination. Beautiful. Calm and relaxed. Gonna listen to this while working. Good. Love to hear that. Feels great, like butterflies in my tummy. Good, good, good. The exhales are becoming so wonderful and like powerful. Do you have Reiki for grief and dizziness? I do have Reiki for grief. I have a couple videos if you scroll down below, mostly in like the 2022 era of Mystique Awakening. You were so peaceful, just listening makes me feel calm. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that so much. Viva La Vicky. Oh, that's such a cute name. I'm on Aura House. Let me know how you're loving Aura House so far. I just shifted my free community from Facebook over to a new platform called Aura House, and I've been loving it so much. It's just been like such a great game changer, and I feel like the energy there is just different and everything's more streamlined, so you can just watch all the replays that I do every single week and stay up to date and stay consistent in your healing journey, because when you are consistent, you are going to get those results. It's literally like anything that you do. When you are more consistent, you build up momentum, it gets easier, and you start to cruise, and then you actually start to feel like, whew, I could take a breath of fresh air, in every single day, and feel that you're truly living in your purpose. Love it. Beyond Balance is a paid program. You can DM me for any details that you need. Can't blame homegirl for trying to make a buck. It's called a business, but thanks. Um, Beautiful. Let me read some more messages here. Thank you for the kind words. Aura House has been lovely, super organized, good vibes all around. Love it. I'm happy to hear that. You're the reason I dive into Reiki, and every time I can't sleep, I just rewatch the Reiki and then I can sleep. Yay, Sophie, I'm so happy that I could be that for you. I feel like I'm a lot of people's like lullabies at the end of the night, and so I'm happy to be that for you if you need that, you guys. Such a wonderful vibe in Aura House. Beautiful. I was very angry then I saw you were in the live, and now I feel so calm. Thank you. You're welcome. I just now noticed you changed your username. Yes, I did. Beautiful. All right, guys. So again, I'll give you the next 5 minutes to tap in to my DMs here on TikTok, to DM me over on Instagram, or to just head to the top of my page, click the link, and then tap on Beyond Belief. Watch that video, see if it's in alignment with exactly where you are right now in your journey. And if you're needing more help or support or have questions about this 4-week program, please let me know. I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve you. And I only want the people who are actually right for this program to be in it. This is not something that I just want to make available for everyone on every single journey, although I truly do believe everyone can benefit from this. I feel that the people who have the most results from this and the most progress are those who are actually determined in their self-healing journey, who are ready to be consistent. They just need the game plan. They're already in it to win it. They just need a game plan. All right. I love you guys very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.